Hello, as you can see here I've got a new addition to my remote control car fleet. It is a HPI Nitro MT1 with the Ford F350 body shell. I bought this off eBay for 55 quid including the postage, so it was pretty cheap. It didn't come with any radio gear, it didn't have an air filter, the body is a little bit battered as you can see. But to be fair, it was cheap, and I quite like these little Nitro cars. I wanted to try Nitro again, so yeah, here it is. I'll show you under the shell, as it were. So yeah, it came pretty much all original, really. I mean, it's a pretty standard truck. It has the original Nitrostar 15 FE engine in it. With the plastic pipe and the purple cooling head. Also has the 75cc fuel tank, which is standard on these, and a fuel filter, which is aftermarket. So there were a couple of things up with the truck which I saw on the eBay listing. One, it didn't have an air filter, although I've nicked this off my dad's old Nitro 15 FE because he has the same truck as this. The servos in it were both perfectly fine. So it had two of these HPI SX-1, which I think are about 3 kilograms, one for the throttle and one for the steering. I've replaced the one for the steering with this Spektrum, which I took out of my Hyper ST a couple of weeks ago and replaced that with a 20 kg Power HD. So this is a 10 kilogram servo, and so it's quite a big upgrade from the one that was in there. The one that was in there could barely turn the wheels on the ground, and this can now turn the wheels quite easily when they're on the ground. There were a couple of other things wrong with the truck. It didn't have any shock oil in the shocks, it pretty much all leaked out. So we've got 600 CST at the front and the rear. The oil in it's a little bit heavy, to be honest. I think I might put it back down to like 400 CST-ish. Some other issues with the truck that I noticed, although it's fully working at the minute, is this shock tower here. You can see it's cracked, so that'll need replacing. And the other thing is this steering linkage here is super glued together. So yeah, I'll have to probably get a new one of those and a new front shock tower at some point, which isn't too bad really cost wise. The other thing that's missing as well is these little post things which go through the bottom of here and hold this like tray in down here. One of those is missing too, so I'll get one of those. The radio system I put in it was a Core RC 2.4 GHz system, so I've just added that myself, redone the cabling, set up the failsafe which it came with, which was quite nice actually. That's a good sign. And yeah, the only other thing that was wrong was the engine bolts. I only had 3, and one of them was falling out, so I've replaced all of those with brand new engine bolts. They're not hex head, they're just Phillips ones, and you can see the bottom of the chassis is pretty scraped up actually. But I mean, what do you expect? This car's from what, 2003, maybe 2002, so it's pretty old now. But yeah, I just wanted to get a Nitro again. I missed the smell and the noise, and I had all the stuff to run it, like fuel bottles and glow starter and stuff still from when I used to have Nitro cars. So I wanted to get back into it really. I'm probably not going to be sending this car like I do with my Xray and Hyper ST and Team Magic. However, it's pretty good just to run on the ground when you have a Nitro, because the noise and the smell makes it a bit more interesting. And the reason I got this, because I do actually have an Xray spares buggy, which is pretty much ready to drop an engine into, really, because it's a Nitro one, which I got for spare parts for my electric one, is just because I didn't want to spend 160 or 200 pounds on a Nitro engine for that, because I want a decent Nitro engine for that, and then find out I wasn't that bothered about Nitro again. I can't be arsed with it and just go back to electric. But so far I've run a couple of tanks through this, giving it a bit of a tune up, leaned it out a little bit on the high speed needle because it's quite slow, and yeah, it's running pretty well, and I'm enjoying it so far. So yeah, I might put the put a Nitro engine in the Xray at some point, to be honest, although that might be later in the year now. And then I can have a Nitro car that I can send off a ramp into the air, do a bit of flying, as well as the electric ones. So yeah, that'll be nice. So yeah, that's about it for this one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.